Hello, welcome to the Science News Learning Program Overview. I am Anna Paulo. I'm the Director of STEM Literacy and Curriculum and work for the Society for Science. And I'm joined tonight by my colleague, Raina Van Dyne.
Hi, everyone. I'm Raina Van Dyne. I'm the Senior Specialist on the Science News Learning Program. I've been here for nearly 6 years, and before that, I was a middle school librarian.
All right, so we're going to start off with a very brief overview of the Society for Science. The Society for Science is the national nonprofit organization that we work for. And we were founded really to create a more scientifically literate public. We were originally founded over 100 years ago, and you see on the far left here of this slide, one of the first editions of Science News magazine. So the Society for Science was founded to create science news with the goal of creating an increased STEM literacy in the public. And we have been creating that magazine and publication for over 100 years now. About 75 to 80 years ago, we also started scientific research competitions, both for middle and high school students. And in the middle slide, you see our now Regeneron International Science and Engineering Fair, which happens every May. So we host a number of different research programs as well. And then in the last 10 years, we have been running equity and outreach programs, mainly for educators to develop STEM talent across the United States. So our session goals for the evening are first to figure out where our science news journalism is located and to help you find current examples of applications in science research using it. And then we will be exploring the library of lesson plans that we have that are really created to help you integrate the articles into your core curriculum. And third, we will be kind of discussing asynchronously strategies for incorporating articles and lesson plans to enhance curricula.
So a little bit more about our journalism. Hopefully most of you are familiar with one or both of these publications. Science News and Science News Explorers are the Society's two award-winning journalism publications. They're both print magazines, and also all of the articles are online as well. Science News is written for the general public, but has reading levels around high school grades. And then Science News Explorers has articles with reading levels around middle school grades. The journalists on both teams are experts in their fields, and a lot of them also have writing degrees. So the articles are packed with fun literary devices, things to make them really engaging to read. And they also cover all of the latest scientific research in a bunch of different fields. So we are going to go on a bit of a journalism tour right now so you can see how to access both sites. So we're going to start, this is the educator portal. So if you type into your browser, sciencenews.org/learning, this is the educator portal. This is where we ask teachers to start to access the lesson plans and the journalism sites. So from this site, you can get to all of the resources we have. So for now, let's look at the journalism. So if you click the journalism dropdown, you can see Science News and Science News Explorers. So those are the two magazines, as I mentioned before. And if we go to the Science News site, again, all of the print articles are also online, and there's more online than can fit in print. So you've got a lot of resources here. The articles are on every scientific subject. They vary in length. Some of them are longer feature articles. Some of them are shorter, just kind of news blasts. So there's a lot to find here. And we can click in to a sample article here on coyotes, with a cute little picture there. And so science news articles cover the latest scientific research. So it distills down the scientific research and communicates it in a way that the average high schooler can understand. So at the bottom of the article, there are links to the primary research article, and these are often open source. So you can have your students reading the citations, reading the primary research article, getting that perspective, and then also reading the science news article as well. And also at the bottom of a lot of articles, there's a little bio of the author of the article. So you can get an idea of who wrote the article. For example, Susan has degrees in biology and English literature. So you can understand that this article comes from a good source. So that is just an example of a Science News article. Again, lots to explore here. Science News Explores is the lower reading level publication. This is middle school grade level. Again, articles on all sorts of topics. They vary in length, but we can go into a sample Explores article to show you what one of those looks like. Explores articles also have the citations at the bottom of the page that students can access, but there are also some special Explores only things that we can show you. So here's a fun article on a springtail doing a backflip. So this one's got a video in it. If you continue scrolling, you'll see the citations at the bottom and also these power words. So every Science News Explorers article has these power words at the bottom. And these are just vocabulary words that are pulled out of the article and defined at the bottom for you. So that's unique to Explorers articles. Also unique to Explorers articles, at the top of the page, there's a blue box. And within that, you can see the reading score for this article. So this one is about a 7th grade reading level. And it also links to another version of the article on Science News. So oftentimes Science News Explorers journalists will rewrite Science News articles at a lower reading level and then link to the original article here. So that Science News article has a higher reading level in the high school range. And then this particular Explorers article has a lower reading level, and this one is in the 7th grade range. So that's a sample Explorers article. Some more unique to Explorers types of articles you can also access from the educator portal in this journalism dropdown. So explainers, for example, those take a deep dive into different scientific terms. So if you're starting a unit on a term and you just want to give students kind of an overview of that term, you can find a lot in here. These are all multimedia, so a lot of them have videos or data visualizations within them, again, on all sorts of topics and all sorts of fields. There are also word of the week or scientists say. Those are extended definitions of different scientific terms, and they are also pronounced and used in a sentence. So if students are having trouble grasping a certain topic, they can look here. Another type of article, we have Analyze This. These go into different data visualizations and graphs. So it pulls a graph or a data visualization, gives a little bit of context around it, and then asks some questions that are specific to analyzing the graph or the data visualization. So these can be really good resources if you're looking to do some more data analysis work in your classroom with your students. Another type of article on Explorers is technically fiction. These are really fun. They go into the science behind different pop culture, things that students are seeing, books, movies, TV shows. It's a really great way to engage students in science who might not think they like science or might think science is boring. These are really fun resources. Also, we have cool jobs. These go into different STEM careers. A lot of them students won't have ever heard of. These are more obscure careers, but still scientists doing really interesting research. And we try to include a very diverse array of scientists as well. And then finally, we have STEM comics or Wild Things. And these are really great for students who learn more visually. So it's all of the science that would be included in an article, but it's in a comic strip. And we have a really wonderful illustrator who designs these, and then all of the science in the primary research article is included in those captions. So you get all of the science and communication that you would get in an article, but it's just in a visual form. So again, all of these resources can be accessed through that educator portal in the journalism dropdown. And we're going to let you have some time to explore now yourself.
Yes, and when you hit eventually when you explore on sciencenews.org, which is denoted by, I'm going to bring this back over so we can see this. So sciencenews.org, which is denoted by the blue icon up here. Science News Explorers tabs are all denoted by the green icon up there. And then Science News Learning Educator Portal, so we'll explore this one in just a little while, is denoted by an orange icon there. Both the blue and orange, eventually you will hit a paywall on those. And when you do, you will just need to use your school email address to log in. And so when you hit some sort of a paywall, go ahead and use your school email address. It's going to ask you to hit the continue button and then basically set up a password. You'll have to go to your email, receive an email link, and then log into that account. All right, and so we would hope that you will do that, set up your password. Once you're in and registered, you will not have to do that again. And here is a moment to do a little exploration on your own. So you might want to pause the video after I give these instructions and take a few minutes to poke around in the archive. We first suggest that you go ahead and find an article that connects to something that you teach. Then we have a Padlet going of a bunch of really great ideas from other educators across the country. We suggest that you post that article URL and the curricular connection within this Padlet, and that will be within one column. And then in the other column, we're asking that you share one way that you can integrate regular article reading into your classes. So maybe this is something that you already do, but if it is, then maybe you'll share that with others. And if not, then you can certainly scroll through examples that are there, see if something resonates with you, or just brainstorm your own idea and post it to the Padlet. So go ahead and pause the video and then come on back when you get your posting done in the Padlet.
And the Padlet link will be in the description box under the video. So once you do that, thank you for doing that. We're excited to see what you post. And these are just some other ways that we've heard from teachers to use the articles, just to give you some more ideas. So you could open or close a unit with an article in that content area. One of our Science News Learning ambassadors this year, Tandy Steffens, gave us the next idea, Newsday Tuesday, which she does with her students as a regular way to integrate articles. You could use articles to practice claim evidence reasoning exercises or identifying science and engineering practices or cross-cutting concepts. You could use an article to find and highlight a scientific phenomena that could anchor some of your units. You could have students use articles to develop research ideas for free reading or extra credit once they finish their work. To analyze data associated with an article, we do have a new type of lesson plan coming soon called Graph of the Week that will focus exclusively on graphs and data visualizations. You could partner with an English teacher or a literacy person at your school to have students work on literacy strategies, reading, writing, note-taking, that sort of thing, using Science News or Explorers articles. You could prompt a class discussion or a debate on a topic. And then you could use an article to provide context for a lab or an experiment that you're doing in your classroom. We also wanted to show a specific example from one of our teachers that we received recently from Yari Torres. She uses this in her class to highlight science and engineering practices in articles. So she has students literally highlight different science and engineering practices using different colors in an article. So this can be a great way to have students interacting with an article and then also learning about science and engineering practices.
All right, so we also wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of the Science News Learning community and specifically what our goals in the Science News Learning program are. So first you'll see the map here, which shows all of our almost 6,000 schools sponsored all over the United States and in US territories as well. And denoted in yellow are particular school cohorts, either by geography or districts that are enrolled in the program via STEM coordinator. And we also have some ambassadors all over the country as well. So You are a part of a big community, a very wide range community of educators who are utilizing journalism in their classroom. And so some of those ideas that you're seeing in the Padlet are from teachers from all of these different blue dots on the map, so all over the country. Every year, we do ask for schools to renew the program as well. And so if you are not a part of the program right now, there is always an opening at the end of the school year once schools turn over and we have renewal for the next school year. So definitely we'll have a link at the end of the slide presentation to an interest form as well. And if you're interested, you can get onto that wait list. So what do we do with the Science News Learning Program? What additional resources do we have for you all as teachers? The basic goal of the program is really to support you all as teachers in integrating the science journalism articles into your classroom on a regular basis. And really that's just to encourage teaching with real world STEM research applications. Really creating meaning and relevance for your students around core curricula. And so different aspects of the program, some of which you might be aware of, some of which maybe you're not aware of, we wanted to go over quickly with you. Our first, just our print and digital resources. So each of our enrolled schools are receiving print issues of both Science News and Science News Explorers this year. And all of those articles and more, as you have just seen in Rena's journalism tour, are available online. So we have a big archive online, and you can also build up a nice print archive throughout the year of print resources. We run professional development sessions similar to this one, but also we will be hearing throughout the year from enrolled educators in their classroom connections to the resources and program. So definitely stay tuned to our newsletters for those registration processes that come up. As you just saw, you are part of really a national community of educators who are utilizing the resources. And so another initiative that we have is to connect you all. And right now we do have a Facebook community where you can engage with other educators on a whole host of ideas around utilizing resources and also ways to get involved with our other society programs as well. And then we are about to go into our lesson plan resources. So you have an idea as to what is within that library of resource. And hopefully we'll give you some ideas for integrating, again, the articles into your classroom. And we will have done some of that work for you too. So what are our lesson plans? We create what we call an educator guide, which is just a compilation of lesson plans that are centered around a particular issue, either Science News or Science News Explorers. And from that issue, we select 2 articles. So here are our 2 paired articles. This is really indicating 1 paired article, 2 different versions of that article. For one of the lesson plans. We align to next generation science standards, so we're highlighting the core curricula or we're highlighting core themes in teaching science from those articles. So like data analysis, diversity in STEM, literacy practices, or research and design. We are then creating a full lesson plan for you, which we'll take a tour and check out some of those. You could open up and use from top to bottom if you wanted to, or you could grab what you wanted from that lesson plan. We also create a downloadable student worksheet, which we will see in the tour as well. And finally, you'll start to understand once we get through the tour that we have many, many lesson plans to choose from. We have over 400 lesson plans that really cover the breadth of science. And they also cover the breadth of integration and pedagogical resource ideas as well. So we have literacy practices, we have data dives, we have discussions, we have debates, we have a couple games in there, we have bell ringers. So you name it, it's in the archive, and we just want to help you find what's right for your classroom.
All right, so meet me back over at the educator portal so you can follow along with the tour. So again, that's sciencenews.org/learning. And this time, instead of the journalism dropdown, we're going to focus on the lesson plan dropdown. So if you click that and then click into all guides, you'll see the whole list of educator guides that we've ever produced. So you probably recognize these images from the last slide. So again, these are just groups of lesson plans on an issue of the magazine. So you can feel free to browse through here. But if you're looking for something more specific for your classroom, we do have a keyword search as well. So you can click into search lesson plans, and this pulls up all of the lesson plans that we have. So you can again browse this way if you'd like, or you can type something into that search box. So for right now, let's look up claim evidence reasoning. And then you can also filter your search further by topic, exercise type, date range, NGSS code, or collection. And the collections are those themes that we've kind of grouped our lesson plans into. So let's filter this one by literacy practices and then see what our results are. So here are all of our lesson plans that are on claim evidence reasoning and also literacy practices. And let's jump into dissect a scientific argument to look at. So here is what a lesson plan page looks like. On the page itself, you've got some directions and you've got all of the questions with the answers provided for you. Also on the page, you've got different boxes. You've got the paired articles in a box. So this lesson plan is paired to an article about climate change. Again, you've got the two different reading levels there, Science News, which is the high school, and Science News Explorers, which is the middle school. You also have your standards alignment box. So any NGSS standards that this lesson plan is paired to will be linked there. And then if you scroll up a bit, you've got the student worksheets. So this particular lesson plan is special in that you've got two different student worksheets. You've got one that is focused on that climate change article. So you've got the questions without the answers. And then you also have another student worksheet that is designed to be paired with any article. So we've just kind of stripped out any of that climate change specific language from that article and given you the ability to choose any article to use with your students. So this can be a great way to engage students in the activity so that they can choose an article to focus on that they are interested in. So this was just a very quick kind of overview of a lesson plan. We would love for you to do some exploration yourself, which you can do here.
Yes. So again, we have another Padlet for you to engage with. So again, an asynchronous learning module. And so first, we would love for you to explore the lesson plan archive that you just saw, got a teeny bit of a preview on. So think of something, either a subject, a unit, a classroom goal, something that you would like to have some support with this year. And go ahead and keyword search that or utilize the drop-down menus to filter your results. And do a little exploration of what the results actually are. So find one that interests you, and then let's post that lesson plan URL along with that subject or unit or goal to the Padlet. So that's going to go into one column again. And then in the other column, you're going to explain just briefly how you would incorporate that lesson plan into your classroom unit. And again, you'll see a couple examples there, just trying to again, gain ideas from other educators if you'd like to by checking out what is there. But certainly the lesson plan that you find, you will know how to incorporate it best into one of your classes. So please share your ideas on the Padlet. We'd love to see them. And go ahead and pause the video and do that work. And we will wrap up when you come back.
And this Padlet is a different one than the first one. So both links will be down below. All right. Thank you for filling out the Padlet. Hopefully you found an exciting lesson plan to use. We wanted to tell you briefly about another resource in Science News Learning, the Friday newsletters. Probably most of you get these already. They come Friday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. They come from Anna's name. And these link you directly to the latest content that we produced on the educator portal. So you can see the latest educator guides, all the latest lesson plans with the latest issue. We also have other updates from the Society for Science. If there are grant programs open, if there are conferences you can sign up for, we'll link those for you, and also any other professional development opportunities that we have. So if you don't think you're already signed up for these, you can do so on the next slide.
Yes, so go ahead and take a minute and utilize this QR code. Get signed up. This will also give you paywall access to the educator portal. So please make sure you get signed up through this link. We have, again, some of upcoming PD sessions, one in November and January and April of next year. And these will be more classroom connection sessions. And so they will be mentioned in the newsletter that Raina just talked about in the society update section. So please be on the lookout for registering for these webinars, and we would love to see you there. The other thing, if in case you are watching this and you are not already enrolled in the program, we have our waitlist here. So go ahead and use this QR code to sign up for the program, and we can enroll you in the digital resources this year. And then we'll have to transition you back actually fully into the program in the next school year when sponsorship is available to obtain the print resources. All right, I think after that, let us know, email us with any questions at snlearning@societyforscience.org. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you all.